Welcome to EIV Turns 40. I'm your host, Ashley LaChance, and today we are celebrating everything that makes EIV so special. We have some amazing guests with us tonight, Chocolate Cake City and the Blake Bird Band. We'll be talking to many different generations of EIV tonight that you seriously do not want to miss, including EIV's General Manager, Pamela Mara, newscaster Adam Harding, and New York-based producer, Jonathan Burkhart. EIV has made it possible for so many Emerson alums to get where they are today, but no one got where they are by accident, and definitely not alone. EIV has recently quickened this process by changing every map in the city to lead straight to the Billboardy Theater, where our experienced upperclassmen mentors wait to be paired up with less experienced freshmen and lost tourists. Here's a look into how the mentorship program works.
Hi, my name is our newscasts.
I'm Hannah.
I'm with
Gabby.
Yes.
I'm Gabby's mentee.
Hannah's mentor.
I got Matt Begbie, who is like a professional playwright who has like published things and who's just one of the nicest individuals I've ever met.
Well, I had a mentor last semester and she was wonderful.
Before EIV, I didn't know how to do nothing.
She already kind of was a mentor to me in a bit, like in a way, because I had her as my OL, and she taught me like a lot of stuff about like what to do at Emerson, like joint spec.
It's just been a really great experience, kind of having a guardian angel, if you will, just kind of look over what I'm doing creatively and kind of foster me into this great community of artists.
We just found each other.
That was a beautiful one. Captured on film.
What is there to say about Pamela Mara? She once wrestled a bear into submission using a snake. Oh, no, we can't say that. That did not happen, but she did something even cooler. She devised an amazing plan to introduce freshmen to the EIV program in an unpressured and easy way. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, how do you ensure fairness in choosing your mentors and matching them up with mentees?
Right. So I do it sheerly based on what the mentors have been doing at Emerson, what their goals are, and exactly what the mentees hope to accomplish at their time in Emerson, what works they want to get involved. No one really has a say over individuals personally. It's all me circling through. Yeah.
So you're like the Match.com, but for EIV.
Basically.
Oh, awesome. So this semester, how many participants are there in the program?
We have 90.
That's
90
awesome.
total.
That's really great, and it can only go up from here because we're just beginning. So with EIV, where did you get your start?
I was a video operator for the Dish. And then, I know, close to your heart.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I also started out as programming assistant for EIV management.
That's really cool. So what can you say about the future for EIV? In one sentence, where are we going?
Okay. EIV must have expansion, I guess, would be my one sentence.
Yeah. Well, hopefully to infinity and beyond, EIV can only get better. Well, I do know where the rest of the 40th programming is going to. Catch up with Chocolate Cake City when we're back after these messages.
Oh my gosh. It means family. EIV to me means long weekends spent with the best people that I know at Emerson.
More so than any other organization, I really found a group of like-minded people who I was not only working with, but also supported me.
No matter how much we make fun of each other and yell at each other and get stressed with each other, they're my family, and I don't know what I would have done in college without them.
And next up, former bullying victims retroactively seeking revenge, also known as Chocolate Cake City.
Oh, so is that why you've been wearing gloves all week?
Yeah, but that's the only question you have about this.
Yes.
Not how I met Guillermo del Toro.
No.
Not how he knows ancient Mexican dark magic.
No.
Not what I did to offend him so much that he cursed me.
Yes, actually. Why didn't you watch Pan's Labyrinth?
I'm not gonna learn Spanish to watch a movie.
Well, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are we gonna do? We gotta get those eyes out of there.
I have no plan for this. You know, don't look at me. I have no idea.
Oh, my gracious Henry! Henry!
What?
I can see. Didn't I tell you that curse did not destroy my eyes, but instead transported them to another vessel?
You never said that.
That's exactly what I said.
No, all you said was Pan's Labyrinth is trash.
That's out of context.
And then boom,
What's that girl doing in a labyrinth?
you stopped seeing.
Why isn't she doing her homework?
But you never stopped talking.
It's the Spanish Civil War, but it's still a school night. Forehead!
What are we gonna do here?
I've got it!
There's no way you got it.
What we've got to do is find the now eyeless owners of those eyes, bring them back to her. We're going to reverse this curse.
That is disturbingly the best plan we've got. High five.
Ow!
Okay. Okay.
All right, point them at me.
Got it.
Okay, who's this now?
If you can understand what I'm saying, blink once.
I don't know what he's saying.
She blinked once!
Everyone blinks once almost constantly.
Oh, you're right. Now they're closed.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening, and I want no part in it.
Wait, here. Okay, I've got it. I've got a piece of paper here.
Okay.
I'm writing on it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see
In a
what you
real
are.
way.
Yeah. No, got it. Okay. She's reading what the words are there.
Oh, let's see. Can you blink in Morse code?
You don't know Morse code.
I learned it when I was a girl. Knowing Morse code alone makes me more of a success than you'll ever be.
You don't know Morse code!
Oh, what happened to us, Henry?
No.
What's wrong?
I think they're crying.
Oh, no, it's so disgusting when it's coming out of
It's
your
not
hands like that.
supposed to come out of my
It's
hands.
the worst
That's
thing
the
I've
worst.
seen.
It's disgusting. God.
Wait. I think one of them is winking at me, actually.
What? Why would they be
Henry,
doing
I'm
that?
winking at another man.
You wouldn't wink at another man.
I'm winking right now, Henry.
Are they flirting at you? Flirting with you or at you?
Why, yes. Yes, they are, Bradley.
Stop winking. Are you still winking?
Yes.
Stop.
Okay, what's this say?
Okay.
Do you want me to kiss your eye? Close them if yes.
Why?
Don't
Why?
close your eyes.
Don't kiss my hand or a woman's eye.
I'm closing my eyes, Henry.
I'm going to kiss your hand and a woman's eye.
Please don't.
This is happening.
Deal with this, Brad.
Oh, no. God.
We broke the curse!
Why did that work?
Oh my God, Sharon, you can see!
And I still resent you.
Still, though.
We all learned a little something about love today.
Thanks,
Guillermo del Toro.
You could say we learned to see how someone else feels.
Yeah, you can say that.
Sometimes you have to walk a mile in someone else's hands. I guess you could say we set our sights
All right, we
on...
get it. Please stop summing up the lesson.
Guy, I really think that we get the idea. Could we move on?
Honey, be nice to Guillermo del Toro. He's chock full of ancient magic.
I'll sum up my magic lessons any way I see fit. Take this.
Ah, my eye!
Ah, my hands! And my face.
In his face.
Thank you.
Since its inception, EIV has been the #3 provider of news coverage on dorm lobby televisions and the #1 provider of opportunities to say, hey, I think I know that guy. I watched him steal an absurd number of apples from the dining hall. Unlike the apples, EIV news shows are good enough to have won awards, AP awards. Yeah, you heard that right. Let's take a look at EIV news.
Well, my name's Anthony Monza.
My name is Nick Rivasell.
My name is Emily Grossberg.
My name's Lloyd Mallison.
Well, EIV News is, has a great reputation going back so many years. We've won so many awards, and it's been a program that students have cared about so much for such a long time.
I'm a journalism major, so I think the opportunity to practice what I aspired to do and what I was doing in the classroom and take it to another level, straight off the bat as a first semester freshman in college. I don't think that's something that any other school could give.
EIV was really what brought me to Emerson, just something I could put together a news show and actually do news packages and be part of the news team. And after seeing the control studios, I was like, this is definitely where I need to go.
A news director can, range so much. You can have such smooth weeks where nothing goes wrong, everything goes smoothly, but that's usually not the case. Usually it's running around, putting out fires, and again, making sure that things are up to standard for the department and for the organization in general.
and you have to make sure everything is right, exactly right, or else people will notice and people will say things.
Even if it goes down the toilet, you still know that you put together something that people in other colleges just aren't able to do.
It's a really good stepping stone to start on a new show.
Adam Harding is a newsman. He does the news. He receives the news, he broadcasts the news straight to you. You don't like the news, because the news can be sad. But they happened, so this is the news. The news is what Adam Harding does best, so here's the newsman.
Well, that was really nice.
Hey there, Adam. So
Hi, guys.
why don't you tell us a little bit about your time at EIV?
Well, I started EIV when I was a freshman at Emerson. I started out as a film student originally. I was going to make movies. And then I decided that I wanted to get involved in television. So I started out on Good Morning Emerson. And I did that for 2 years. I did sports. And then I made the transition to news. And I was the sports director, the executive producer, a reporter, and an anchor there for 3 of the 4 years there, and really helped get me a leg up and get a resume tape out there when I graduated, and was an EIV connection that actually got me my first job on the air, which was 3,000 miles away in Washington State for $19,000, and I was eating frozen green beans, but I was loving every minute of it, and pretty much everything I learned was through EIV because it was so hands-on. I mean, it just takes what you learn in the textbook and in the classroom and you just apply it. And it's really, I always say to my friends that it's EIV that got me to where I am today, which, not a palace, but, you know, I really love what I do. And I found some success over the years. And I really think EIV is to thank for that.
That's so wonderful. That's like an amazing story to hear. It just warms my heart. So how do you think that EIV News has changed from your time at Emerson until today?
Well, back in my day, which was so many years ago, you really make me sound like I'm old now. We used to write on typewriters and chisel it on a rock with a pickaxe. No, you know what? EIV went through a lot of changes from when I started to by the time I graduated 4 years later. One of the biggest changes was just the look of it. We started out with this old yellow, it was so awful. It was this yellow and brown desk that we would assemble every week for the newscast. And my junior year, and I can't see where you guys are now, but I'm assuming that it's still there. There's a new desk for the news. I actually helped get that there. That was Channel 5's old desk. And when they went HD in like 2006, they were just going to throw it away. And I said, you know what, let's get that. We got a new graphics package. We didn't have Twitter, and, you know, I thought I was so cool because I wasn't really on Facebook when I was in college. So the social media side of it was not really at play. But as somebody who works in the industry now, I'm on Twitter. Oh my gosh, I'm on Twitter more than I care to recognize and admit. But I think that's kind of where everything is going right now. But it's a great product, right? Don't you think EIV is a really good product?
EIV is the greatest, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, Adam. Remember those commercials from before everyone else? Of course you do. Here are some more. You're welcome.
EIV, to me, is really a community of people that support each other to learn.
I feel like more than any other place on campus, when I'm on set on an EIV show, I feel like I'm there to learn.
I've had a lot of resume building things that I've done at EIV that have just been, you know, great experiences overall, but good things to learn skills that get you places.
I bet you're wondering what in Pamela Mara's wildest dreams is going on in here. The answer? Creativity, my friends. Take a look at some of the innovative and original programming brought to you by 40 years of EIV.
My name is Brad Bideman.
Matthew.
My name is Kieran Zeri.
I'm Jamie Sanders. I'm class of 2016 TV production major, and the first time I worked with EIV
was as one of the leads in a show my freshman year called Make It Work.
Programming, we really look for people that have a unique voice. We tried to put together the most unique collection of shows.
Paranoia Playhouse was a really interesting project, and I think it's a great example of what EIV is best at its core.
The panache of Emerson students. It's the ability of Emerson students to just come up with a crazy idea and say, okay, let's roll with that, and then make something that's actually really cool and worth checking out.
But in general for EIV, I think we look for people that have a very clear idea of what they want to accomplish, because they can communicate that to us and we can figure out the best way to help them do that.
It was amazing that people can just say, I'd like to make a show about a supervillain, and then that happened.
It doesn't matter what your affiliation is, what you want to represent, what you want to say with your show. Since Emerson Independent Video is its own thing, it really gives students the opportunity to be creative. You don't have to feel constrained by anything.
Jonathan Burkhart is a producer based in New York. He was part of EIV when he was the young, hip, new kid with his whole life ahead of him. Now we're both old enough to have fake hips. Here's John. Well, it appears we're having some technical problems, so let's just skip ahead to next in our programming. Next up, we've got Freebird. My bad, I got excited. Blake Bird. Just coming off the heel of performing for South by Southwest Music Festival, here's Blake now with his song, High School Sweetheart.
Asked her out, I was dressed up just like a clown. Later on she says, when you take that off, we can be those high school sweethearts. Christmas came, I had all I need, no chance in asking for anything. But now it's spring, and yet I turned 18. The times had changed, they were all about me. Whoa, 'cause here I am, all alone. Watch as this simple story unfolds. Before I made us fall apart, I forgot could have been high school sweethearts. My name was Bonnie, but I spelled M-E. We went to prom and made that was it. But now it's summer at the best time of year. My blind eyes made it disappear. Going down at a real quick pace. We just smile and give me grace. That's when I knew she didn't deserve me. She needs someone for eternity. Whoa, 'cause here I am, all alone. Watch as this simple story unfolds. Before I made us fall apart, I forgot we could have been high school sweethearts. 'Cause here I am, all alone. Watch as this simple story unfolds. Before I made us fall apart, I forgot we could have been high school sweethearts. She tried to warn me as she walked away. Get your act together before your next day. For all you know, the next could be the one. Well, 2 years later, and there haven't been none. Whoa, 'cause here I am, all alone. Watch as this simple story unfolds. Before I made us fall apart, I forgot we could have been high school sweethearts. See, here I am, all alone. Watch as this simple story unfolds. Before I made us fall apart, I forgot we could have been high school sweethearts. Years later, I still write this song, wondering how it is she's been here all along. Maybe one day she'll sit in the crowd, and then she'll let me come back around.
After a wonderful performance by Blake Bird Band, we are able to get Mr. Burkhart back on Skype. How are you doing today, John?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Hey, John, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, no, if I may, I hear a bunch of, who's the person that
So, John, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your involvement in EIV?
Yeah, that would have, I started working at EIV when I got there in the fall of 1981. I was a snot-nosed, arrogant kid thinking that I knew everything about television. And there was this production company. I think it was in the bottom of 134 or 135 Beacon. I can't remember where it was. It was a building on the corner of Beacon and Arlington. And it was a carriage house in the back, and there was an editing room and a closet full of equipment. And being a first semester freshman, I wasn't allowed to do much. But as time went on, I became a cameraman in the news. There was a lot of journalism going on. And then we started doing remote productions. And I think by the second or third year I was there, we were doing soap operas and commercials. It was a very busy time.
That's awesome. So what is the most memorable wisdom that you have learned during your time at EIV that you can impart onto freshmen and current EIV students?
If I heard you correctly, what was the most memorable part? Is that what you said? Gosh, it's been a long time, but I'll put it to you this way. While I was at Emerson, and I don't know how it is today, it was extremely aggressive. It was a very, very active time. Every person involved in television and film was working as if their life depended on it. So there was a tremendous amount of competition. And I remember that if you came in with a lot of ego, you kind of got shut out. So if you were quiet and cool, you got involved with everybody's productions. If you were shooting, or if you were in sound, or if you were assistant directing.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest memorable memory that I have from it was that it was a constant go, 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 like shoot this and shoot that. I will tell you that journalism, doing news broadcasts was one of the busiest things we did. And we were shooting probably 2 or 3 newscasts every day, and that was intense.
Thank you so much for all of your advice. We really appreciate you coming on the show for us, Mr. Burkhart. Now,
absolutely.
Thank you so much. So EIV has changed a lot over the years, but the conventions of television have not. They stayed exactly the same, just like the joy I still get when I eat Frosted Flakes. We'll be right back after this commercial break that unfortunately we must have.
Emerson Independent Video is the example of what an organization should be.
To me, EIV is all about collaboration between everyone who at Emerson that is really passionate about the same thing.
I think it can't be understated, again, just the magnitude that EIV can have on a student's life, not just here, but also going forward in the connections and friendships you make.
As of this year, EIV is both old enough to be divorced and to have an unnervingly younger girlfriend, like young enough to be EIV's daughter type girlfriend. EIV just bought a leather jacket and a motorbike but has no idea how to ride it. But most importantly, EIV is old enough to be confident in the amazing strides that it has made. Many are afraid of getting older. They think it means giving up on their dreams and, if they're screw-ups, their children. But EIV doesn't think that way. EIV is better with age, like a good wine or a bad cheese. The future can be scary. And as 20-year college students can attest to, but EIV has made it for 40 whole years. EIV is a beacon of hope. At the time we're 40, let's hope we'll be noteworthy enough to have a half-hour special devoted to us. We love you, EIV. Here's to 40 more.